The death toll from the collapse of a building in George, South Africa has risen to 32, with another 20 people still missing. Rescuers pulled 10 bodies from the rubble at the site on Monday and pulled out more corpses on Tuesday morning. Rescue teams have worked tirelessly since the 5-story apartment block, which was under construction, suddenly collapsed last Monday. 81 people, mostly construction workers, were at the site at the time. 29 people have been rescued so far, including a man who was pulled out on Saturday after 116 hours under the rubble. The Premier of Western Cape Province, Alan Winde, said he will not give up hope of pulling more survivors from the rubble. Now, joining me on the news to discuss this is Disaster Manager, Garden Route Municipality, Jared Otto. Hello, Jared. Thank you so much for joining us at this time.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. So, Jared, how is the search and rescue going? We're aware it's the second week now. What are some of the challenges, that's being faced?
Well, the rescue operation is still continuing day by day. We are now 191 hours into this incident. The staff is tired, but there is shifts relieved, so that's working well. The challenges we've got is identification of the bodies that we retrieve. At this point, we have retrieved 32 of the 81 people that was estimated to be on site during the collapse of the building. And of that, many of them is foreign nationals, and we are struggling to get the identification done. To this point in time, we've only been able to identify positively 6. Of them, 5 were South African citizens and 1 was from Lesotho. So, yeah, that is in process. The post-mortems is in process, and we are on track. As I've indicated, the rescues are continuing. And as we speak, I think we are down to about the first floor of the building. Hopefully, we will find more people in there. And if we're lucky, maybe also somebody that's still alive.
All right, but what are the chances of finding, any of the victims that are still alive at this time?
Well, on day 5, we also thought the chances were slim, and we retrieved Gabriel. I know in Turkey, after earthquake, we retrieved somebody after 13 days. So I'm not giving up hope, and the teams on the site is not giving up hope, and they're working around the clock, and hopefully we can still retrieve somebody alive.
All right, well, that's good to know. But has any investigation been done to know exactly what the cause of the collapse was and what is being done to actually hold those responsible accountable?
Yeah, I think it was realized it's still a crime scene, so the investigation is underway as we speak. There's 4 different investigations that was launched, one from the provincial government, one from the Department of Labour, one from the South African Police, and then also from an independent investigator appointed that's also, so they will compare notes, and going forward, I think it's going to be quite a while still before we get to what was really the cause of the collapse. This is not supposed to happen, not in this day and age. So everything that they are collecting, everything that is taken from the site is secured. It is seen as evidence. So we will get to the reason for the collapse.
All right, Jared. Now, we understand that most of the casualties are foreign nationals, and you did say that, you've been able to identify some people, and one of them is even from Lesotho. There also seems to be language barriers. Can you share with us more on this? Tell us more about it.
Yeah, initially, some of the families that came to look for their loved ones, we realized that there was Malawian people, Mozambican people, Zimbabwean people. We actually addressed that now. We've got translators in the hall where the people is housed, and it's been wonderful, the assistance we've been getting. We also got people trained in psychosocial support in the language of the people that was that in the hall, so that is being addressed, as well as also for the people in the hospital, those that we've rescued, even that psychosocial support is provided in the language of the countries. So that's working well at this point in time.
Okay, so what about you talked about the families of the victims, what would you say about what they're actually going through at the moment?
Yeah, I think it's devastating to wait to hear if a loved one is still trapped and hopefully retrieved alive. Every time that there's a notification of a body being found, I think sitting there waiting is really bad. We're trying to provide them with the necessary assistance, but we must realize this is a disaster and the outcome sometimes is inevitable. We are providing everything we can to make it as comfortable as possible for them. And from our identification process, we've tried to fast track so that we can at least link a family to a body found as soon as possible, because you can only get real closure once you know if it was your family member that they found.
All right, well, Jared, thank you so much for joining us and speaking to us on this. Our hearts go out to you and the people of South Africa, and we do hope that you're able to pull more victims out alive from the rubble and in good time. Thank you so much.